Hey, good morning, fellow traders. This is Jerry with your New York session preview. It's April the 15th, and first thing as always, I'm going to go through the latest news here on Zero Hedge to see what's happening. The FX morning color here is always a good place to start. So just reading through here, it talks about the pound being underpinned, relatively optimistic after another Article 50 extension. So we got a little bullishness on the pound. As always, that remains very volatile depending upon who tweets what, who says what, rumors. So, well, you can take that with a grain of salt, but that is more than just the usual rumor. That is something that is firm, the Article 50 extension. There was a lot of fear about a no-deal Brexit and what that might mean. So that is adding a little bullishness to the pound. The euro, not a lot there, just some commentary. The New Zealand, these other pairs here, narrowly mixed. There is some, the Kiwi and the Aussie are deriving some support from some overnight suggestions that the trade with tariffs, etc., with China, the U.S. has relaxed some of its demands. That could be just a bit temporary, depending upon how the talks go. Kind of like Brexit, depends upon what President Trump says, what the Chinese say. So let's see. Talks about risk sentiment here, which is always difficult to trade. Let's see. So not a lot going on, really. Let's see here. If we jump over to the members area and take a look at the sentiment, just a minute, okay. I've updated the sentiment. You see, this is carryover from last week, which is tradable. I've got the dollar bullish on a claims beat, firmer PPI. Euro neutral. There was a large M&A deal that I believe you heard Chris mention earlier in the London session that happened last Friday. Not sure how much that's going to carry over into today's session, but nonetheless, there it is. Bullishness on Brexit extension that we talked about. The Swissy risk on, risk off environment. The same with the yen. We do have some softer oil prices on CAD today. And there's the Aussie bullishness on the China trade surplus numbers from last week and improving China trade talks, and the little bit of bullishness in the Kiwi on improving China trade talks. So where does that leave us? Well, for trading today, we've got, we could look at it. The only bearish pair that we really have to look at is the CAD, and that's on softer oil prices, and we know oil prices can fluctuate throughout the day. But if you were to look at some pairs, you could look at a USD CAD long, a pound CAD long, an Aussie CAD long, and a New Zealand CAD long. So as always, you notice I've not even opened up a chart yet, and we always work through the sentiment and information first. So now if we jump over to the charts, let's just take a look at a couple of those, see what those look like. So here's the USD CAD. Let's see. And, you know, right off the bat, when I look at this, I see nothing but chop. You had a nice drop here that could have been tradable. But, you know, if you take a look here, today, I mean, this whole range is only 20 pips. So, I mean, there's not a lot going on. If you're trying to figure out where to get long on a USD CAD, there's really, as far as drawing fibs and looking for an entry, I really don't see anything here. Looking at the pound CAD, just a second. Looking at the pound CAD, you can see the pound has had some bullishness today. You could draw some fibs. Like so. And I really don't like trading the 23% retracement a lot. You could. So you've got a, well, let me back up. The thing I like, the area I like the most when I'm drawing fibs looking for trades is something that lines up with the prior day's high or low. So you can see we're within Friday's prior day high and low here. So there's nothing there for that. So then I start looking at confluence between fibs and pivot lines, which these lines, these colored lines here are my pivot lines. So this is a nice area of support here, and you've also got an M level pivot here. You've got the 50 here, so you've got a little bit of an area here. So you might look at a pound CAD long somewhere. Let me draw a rectangle on there. In this area here, probably looking to exit back up towards these highs. That would be from where we are now. That would be, if you take it dead center here, that'd be 30 pips, 31 pips. Aussie CAD. Get to the Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD. Got a lot going on here. Let's see here. Aussie CAD. You've got, looking for a long, you've got, if you draw your fibs here to here, here's Friday's high area in here. You've also got a, what's this? Oh, that's just one of my horizontal lines. Let me get that out of there just for confusion sakes. Okay, so you've got, let's put a line. Like, you could draw a line across either the top of the wicks or the bodies, either way. You've got an area here. You can see today prices reacted off this area already between this 38 fib and these highs from Friday. Or what would be better, I believe, would be this area right here. Right in here, you've got a 50 fib. You've got some support already here, and you've got a central daily pivot, which is a good pivot line. So that would be a good place to look for a long on the Aussie CAD. On the New Zealand CAD, jump over there. New Zealand CAD, let me put my lines on here. New Zealand CAD, looking for a long. I don't really see it. Well, no, hold on a second. Draw fibs from Friday's lows to the highs today. We're back to here. So kind of like that area right there. the New Zealand CAD. So I would put a little rectangle right there. You can see we're sitting right there on price now. Probably look for a target where you want to take some partial profits back up in that area there. So that's only 11 pips. So you know, that's still a good entry point though. It's had a big drop down into there. So that's your morning preview for the New York session for April the 15th, 2019. And I'll be talking with you guys tomorrow. Thank you.